one of the more controversial mistranslations, shall we say, of this particular word. Because here we're dealing with Cain, and Cain said to the Lord, "My punishment is greater than I can bear." But the word punishment there is not your normal word for punishment. This is actually your word "aion," which relates to perversity. He's saying my perversity is greater than I can bear. Now, going back into the context, remember what happened. Cain slew his brother, when we see later in the book of, well, First John talks about this and a few others with the Cain and what he was actually doing, that his acts were unrighteous, but his brothers were righteous because they were out from faith. And his brother, we know, was a prophet. So he was giving information, and as a reaction to that, Cain actually slays his brother. But God had told him when Cain's offering was rejected that he is responsible for ruling over the sin nature, and that's in verse 7. So if you do well, and your word well here is tov, that means good. So we are in the dispensation of conscience where man is responsible now, since he knows good and evil, he's responsible for doing good and evil. And if he does good, he will be accepted. But if you do not do good, then the sin, it's not just sin in general, it's the sin. It's very specific even in the Hebrew. The sin lies at now they translate this as door, but technically this word, although it could be a door, literally means an opening, an opportunity, and sin is going to take the opportunity. And its desire is for you. Now, here we see we're not talking about like a sin offering or something like that, because sin offerings do not have desires against you. This is something that has a desire against you. So its desire is for you or unto you, but you are to rule over it. So he specifically told this, and then he killed his brother, and his response to God is, "My perversity is too great for me to bear." So you actually have your word perversity there. That is what God is dealing with in Isaiah when it's translating the word as perversity, but in all actuality, or as iniquity, but it is actually perversity.